Now let us proceed to our next section called range. There are few very simple functions in this, and there are few which are very highly used. One of such example is VLOOKUP. It's like one of the most used function both in Google spreadsheet and Excel as well. By the way, I think we have not discussed this that 90% of the functions in Excel and Google spreadsheet are same. So if you know Excel, you would have realized by now that most of the functions are same. There are few functions which are not present in Excel but are present in Google spreadsheet. Out of the one that we have done so far, I think all of them was one which is also present in Excel. Few functions which are not there, which we'll be doing. One is filter, one is array formula, one is unique. So there are few filters, but there are few formulas which is not present in Excel but present in Google Sheet. And I must say that those few formulas makes Google Sheet really powerful, very powerful. And we'll see when we do those functions. Let us see what address and row does. Address is very simple. I say equal to address of row and column. So row number 1, column number 1 is A1. Now you also see, let me do it. It also takes absolute relative mode, use A1 notation and sheet. So absolute relative mode. Okay, this is something that we have not done so far. So let's do this first. Remember when we drag anything down, so for example, this was B2 and N2. When we drag this down, this becomes B3 and N3. Similarly, when this becomes B4 and N4, this becomes B5 and N5. So basically it drags uniformly. What if, let us take example from here, we will delete this and we want to do something like over here there is name and we want to have a column where it says name dash this, name dash this. So basically what we are looking for is equal to name and dash and this. Now this is perfect. Name is TGI Fridays. But when I drag this down, you see everything got messed up because this was A1 dash A2. This becomes A2 dash A3. This becomes A3 dash A4. But what we want is this A1 should not change when we drag things down. So what we do is we press function F4 or simply add dollar on both the sides. So this becomes A1 which is fixed now. It's not relative to cell. A1 is fixed. Now when we drag this down, you see A1 doesn't changes. A1 remains as it is. And if we change this to, let's say, restaurant, then everything becomes restaurant this, restaurant this, restaurant this. So this is called relative mode. There are couple of types of relative mode which we'll see when we do more complex functions. So for example, if I right now, if I drag this right, still this A1 doesn't changes. A1 is constant. This A2 becomes B2. Over here it becomes C2. But A1 is constant. Maybe you want to have something like this, that when you drag this down, it should not change. But when you drag this side down, when you drag it left, it should become A1. This should become B1. This should become C1. So if we could have done something like this, just $A, instead of $A $1, we say this will always be A $1. So when you say $1, it means row number 1 is fixed, but this A can change. Now see what happens when we drag it down. When we drag this down, this is A1, this is also A1 because the column has not changed. It should have become A2, but since 1 is locked by applying $sign, it is still A1, this is still A1. But when we drag this right side, this A1 becomes B1, this becomes C1, this becomes D1, because there was no locking on the columns, which is A. So A can change, but the row cannot change because 1 is locked. We can also do it other way around. So if I make it as $A but remove 1, now when we drag this down, it will become A1, A2, A3. But when we move this sideway, this is A1, this is still A1, this is still A1, this is still A1. Because when we move sideways, we have not changed the rows, we have only changed the columns. But the column is already blocked by $sign. So it is anyway not going to change. So these are different ways in which we mark a cell. So if even column was not blocked, so if we drag this down, it will become A1, A2, this is A1, this is A2, this is A3. And if we drag it right, this is A1, this is B1, this is C1, and this is D1. So you see, when we drag something, it changes accordingly. So but if we want to fix either in row wise or column wise, we can use $sign. I request you to pause this video and practice this a lot in your sheet, that what I should do if I want to drag it in this way, what I should do if I want to drag such that this value doesn't change, and get yourself comfortable with it. Coming back to address, now you see row number 1, it takes first is row, second is column, then what is the absolute relative mode. So let's say if we do 1, then it's totally absolute. But if we make third value as 2, you see the column is not absolute but row is absolute. If we make is 3, then column is absolute, row is not absolute. If make is 4, then nothing is absolute. Then next is use A1 notation, and which is true or false. So let's say if we make it as true, it is A1, but if we make it as false, it is R1 C1. This is also one kind of notation, but it's rarely used. So let's not get confused and let's leave it. And we can also give some sheet name. I want this to be for data 1. And this should not be false, but should be true. Now this refers to data 1 cell A1. When we can use this, even I don't have an answer right now, but you should know that without actually referring to the cell. So generally when we wanted to refer to data A1, we used to do like this, go to data and click A1. Then we are referring to data A1. But without going to data A1, we can actually get the reference of the cell, the reference name of the cell. That is what address does. Row is again just to find which row number is this, equal to row of this one. So row of A3 is 3. Simply say equal to row of this one is 4. So just to find what is the row number. Similarly, you can also find column of this is 3. Over here, if I say column, so when you don't assign anything, just open bracket and close bracket, it returns the column name of that very cell. So over here, if I do like this, equal to row, so this is 6. So this is returning the row of the present cell in which the function is written. Okay, so my battery is low, I need to plug it. Okay, I can complete this video anyway. So this was a row. Rows is to give you the number of rows in selected range. So for example, if I say equal to rows of this, now you see A2 to C6 is the range. So what is the total number of rows in this is 5. So the function is rows of A2 to C6 and the total number of rows are 5. We can similarly write columns of this range. So it gives 3. D, E, F, 3 columns are there. So in any given range, we can find what are the total number of rows and columns. Remember when we did split, let's do that again. Over here we write that is great. And over here we do split this based on space. Now this has given us some columns. Basically it has given us 3 columns. So what I can do, outside the split I can write columns. So whatever result we have received from this, I passed it inside the columns and it returned 3. Now this can be a very good way to find what is the total number of words in a sentence. So this is a sentence. If I can write hello, how are you, man? So this is returning 5 because there are 5 words in this sentence. So if you have a problem statement that you want to find the total number of words in a sentence, this is a very good way. So what we did, basically we split that with the help of space. So whenever you find space, just take it to the next column. So by that it returned the data in 5 different columns, and then using the columns function I just counted all of these columns and the final answer is 5. So these are the ways you use different inbuilt functions to get what you want. So there is no inbuilt function to get what is the total number of words in a sentence, but by using split and columns we can easily get the total number of words in a sentence. So this was rows, and similarly there was something called column. Index and match is something that we'll do together, and right now I need to get the charger for my laptop, so we'll have to stop this video here and we will meet in the next one.